Hello everyone and welcome back to Studitaria, daily current affairs, which help you for your quiz contests and competitive exams. You all are kindly requested to subscribe, like and share with your near and dear ones. Without further delay, let's start. Depressed Putin orders nuclear evacuation drill, moves family to secret city in Serbia, reports. Russian President Vladimir Putin has reportedly sent shockwaves among his top military generals as he disclosed his plans to carry out a nuclear evacuation drill after moving his family to a safe and secret underground city. The Daily Mail quoted a source who revealed that the Russian president is depressed and has a character of often pouring his anger out in those close to him. He has no deep conversation with almost anyone and limited contact even with his children, not only his daughters but also his children with Olympic gold medal winning gymnast Alina Kabeva, the source said. Let's move to our next slide, please. Omicron's stealth subvariant cases rise in China. Here are the symptoms. The BA2 subvariant of the coronavirus Omicron variant, sometimes known as stealth subvariant, has been found in several patients in China. It is reported that the stealth subvariant of Omicron is the biggest one in 2 years of the East Asian country. It should be noted that the stealth variant COVID-19 doesn't have the same missing target gene. An infection with a BA2 or stealth can be detected by coronavirus home test kits. However, they cannot indicate which variant is responsible for the infection. The recent surge in the stealth subvariant of Omicron follows the initial spread of BA1 Omicron variant of COVID-19, which was first identified in Southern Africa in late November 2021 and quickly spread worldwide. Let's move to our next slide, please. Russia says it has used hypersonic missiles in Ukraine. Russia's defense ministry said on Saturday it had destroyed a large underground depot for missiles and aircraft ammunition in Ukraine's Ivano-Frankivsk region using hypersonic missiles, the Interfax news agency reported. The ministry said it has also destroyed Ukrainian military radio and reconnaissance center near the port city of Odessa using a coastal missile system, Interfax reported. Reuters wasn't able to independently verify the ministry's statements. Let's move on. Wrong information. WHO lists three misleading facts leading to Omicron surge. Since Omicron BA2 is producing an unprecedented number of COVID infections around the world, the World Health Organization has stated that there are certain misinformations circulating about the virus that are causing widespread misunderstanding. The warning comes after global new infections increased by 8% last week compared to the prior week. WHO's COVID-19 technical lead Maria van Kerkhove pointed out earlier this week that there is a lot of misinformation out there. Let's move on, please. Afghanistan's last finance minister, Khalid Painda, drives Uber in US, says, I belong nowhere. Afghanistan's last finance minister before it falls to the Taliban, Khalid Panja, is now a driver in the US. He drives an Uber on the street of Washington to make ends meet. Once founded Afghanistan's first private university, Khalid also works as an adjunct professor at Georgetown University and earns $2,000 per semester. In an interview to the Washington Post, Khalid revealed why he left Kabul and settled in the US. Let's move on, please. Boeing 737 plane carrying 133 passengers crashes in China. As per local Chinese media reports, a Boeing 737 passenger plane carrying 133 passengers has crashed in China. The plane, belonging to China Eastern Airlines, crashed in Shenzhen, Uzhou, Guangxi, and caused a mountain fire. Let's move on. Blue Origin's first launch of 2022 delayed, celebrity passenger Pete Davidson out. Days after it announced its lineup for the first crewed launch of 2022, Jeff Bezos-led Blue Origin delayed the mission till March 29. The development comes in the backdrop of the American sketch comedy show Saturday Night Live's Pete Davidson pulling out of the flight. Blue Origin, without giving any explanation behind Davidson not joining the space tourism flight, said that the launch, which was initially scheduled for March 23, will now happen on March 29. The company will announce his replacement in the coming days. Blue Origin's 20th flight of news effort has shifted to Tuesday, March 29. Pete Davidson is no longer able to join the NS-20 crew on this mission, Blue Origin said in a statement. Let's move on. The pandemic gave people with chronic illness a sense of belonging. Now they are back to feeling like outsiders. A trip to Target already felt life-threatening to Chelsea Gomes before the pandemic. Gomes was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma, a blood cancer, less than 4 years ago. An oncologist told her that if she didn't seek treatment right away, she might have just 7 months to live. Since minor illness like the common cold could cause her to become seriously ill, Gomes often wore a mask in public, eliciting strange looks from other residents in Florida. They didn't think maybe she just has cancer. They would stare at you like you are weird. Gomes said a lot of times that stopped me from wearing one because I didn't want people to stare at me more. I already had no hair. Let's move on, please. Zelensky says there are compromises related to our sovereignty that Ukraine can't make in negotiations with Putin. Zelensky says Ukraine can't make compromises related to our territorial integrity with Russia. He told CNN that Russia cannot curry favor with the citizens of another country forcibly. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said there are some compromises he is unwilling to make in negotiations with Russian President Vladimir Putin. There are compromises for which we cannot be ready as an independent state, Zelensky said on CNN. Any compromises related to our territorial integrity and our sovereignty, and the Ukrainian people have spoken about it. They have not greeted Russian soldiers with a bunch of flowers. They have greeted them with bravery. They have greeted them with weapons in their hands. Let's move on, please. Quad accepts India's position on Ukraine-Russia war. Australia. The comments by Australian High Commissioner to India, Barry O'Farrell, came a day before a virtual summit between Modi and Australian Prime Minister Scott Morrison, during which they are set to discuss the situation in Ukraine. The Quad countries have accepted India's position. We understand that each country has a bilateral relationship, and it is clear from the comments of the MEA, Ministry of External Affairs, and Prime Minister Modi himself that he has used his contacts to call for the end of the conflict, and no country will be unhappy with that, he told reporters. The Australian envoy was asked about increasing disquiet in the West over India's position on the Russian invasion of Ukraine and its purchase of discounted crude oil from Russia. Let's move on, please. Thank you very much for staying with us. You all are requested to subscribe, like, and share with your near and dear ones. Till our next video, do take care of yourself and have a great moment ahead. Bye bye.